music moguls Jay-Z and Diddy are facing a new lawsuit accusing them of the rape of a 13-year-old girl, identified in the case as Jane Doe.
She comes in and rapes me. At that point, I was fighting, trying to get away from him.
Newly released footage features an exclusive interview with Jane Doe, posted just hours ago. Speculation is growing that Jane Doe may actually be Daveigh Chase, a former child star. Allegations suggest that Diddy abused her during the 2003 VMAs after party.
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Hey, MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight. Yeah! Coming to the after party tonight.
A new development in a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. Originally filed in October, the lawsuit was refiled today to add Jay-Z as a defendant. The accuser, who remains anonymous, alleges the assault took place at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party. In response, Jay-Z issued a statement through Rossi Nation's Instagram, strongly denying the allegations. He called the claims heinous and urged the accuser to file a criminal complaint rather than a civil lawsuit. He also criticized the attorney handling the case, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the matter for personal publicity. Meanwhile, speculation is mounting due to a resurfaced video and connections to the recent lawsuit. Many believe the accuser, referred to as Jane Doe, could be Daveigh Chase, a former child star best known for her roles in The Ring and Lilo Stitch. Chase gained fame during the early 2000s, a period marked by troubling reports of exploitation and abuse in the entertainment industry. Questions remain about what may have happened to her during the after-party that night.
In a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party. Jay-Z has denied the allegations in a statement on Roc Nation's Instagram, calling the accusations heinous and urging a criminal complaint be filed instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the case for...
A 38-year-old woman from Alabama has come forward in a lawsuit, accusing Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of sexually assaulting her when she was just 13 years old. In her first interview with NBC News, she chose to remain anonymous.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after-party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where.
At the after party, the woman says she had a drink that made her feel dizzy. She claims that Diddy, Combs, and Jay-Z then took turns assaulting her while a female celebrity looked on.
About Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out, how I'll handle this. And that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like the publicist would say. Right.
This is on your,
Put that out.
this is on, it says, I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Look, they will fall back. The NFL, they won't necessarily be associated.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of the culture. I'm just telling my opinion.
Right.
Look,
because you're part of the culture.
I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre.
Right.
And then, maybe I stay out of trouble.
The details of the case are truly shocking, and it's easy to see why someone might choose to remain silent. Jay-Z and Diddy have a history of abusing victims and intimidating anyone who speaks out against them. For instance, Jay-Z pled guilty to third-degree assault for stabbing Lance Ewan Rivera in December 1999, while Diddy was involved in a shooting that same year. Given their dangerous reputations, it's understandable why a victim might hesitate to come forward so soon after such events.
Building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Waitstaff circulated throughout the room, carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses, circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplar container used by Combs and/or his agents/employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below, and these are the photos included in the lawsuit that show a small plastic container that the plaintiff claims contained drugs at the party. The woman, remember, who claims she was 13 at the time, says she felt woozy and went to look for a place to lay down. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her, while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter was finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback,
As we dig deeper into this case, Jay-Z's actions appear increasingly suspicious. He has filed lawsuits against both the victim and the lawyer representing them. It's also likely that he is trying to track down the other witness who was reportedly present during the alleged assault. The lawsuit claims that Jay-Z and Diddy gave the minor drinks that were spiked and then took turns assaulting her, while other celebrities allegedly stood by and watched.
Often mentioned online was Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, who came up in the New York rap scene alongside Sean Combs. And just a few days ago, Texas attorney Tony Busby made it official. He filed an amended complaint on behalf of a Jane Doe who says that she was raped by Combs and Carter when she was just 13 years old, that this happened at a VMA's after party back in 2000. Now, the original complaint mentioned Celebrity A and Celebrity B, a man and woman, as being present for and even Celebrity A participating in the alleged assault. Well, now Celebrity A has been identified as Jay-Z, who has adamantly denied anything like that ever happening. He is very, very clear on that. In fact, he has accused Tony Busby of extortion, saying that Busby's attempts to get celebrities to pay out huge sums of money in exchange for not being named in civil lawsuits with what he claims are false allegations amounts to blackmail. In fact, Jay-Z is believed to be the John Doe who just recently filed a lawsuit against Tony Busby anonymously, claiming extortion and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The New York Times contacted me to ask for my response to rapper Jay-Z's allegations that I tried to extort and blackmail him. My response is pretty straightforward. No one has made any threats. Jay-Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm sent a standard demand letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, whose preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. This approach is common in these types of cases. What you're seeing played out now is a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by my clients. This effort has included harassing my family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue me, which is illegal. When an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim, it reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. We intend to address all of these issues with the court in due course. Let me be clear, we will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't be.
Less than a few hours after the case was filed, Jay-Z posted a response on the official Rossi Nation Instagram, claiming he would show those speaking out against him just what he could do. He stated that he is being blackmailed and denied any connection to Diddy or the alleged crimes. What stands out, however, is that Jay-Z has not addressed the victim or her allegations directly, despite filing a lawsuit against her.
About Jay-Z, the artist, the businessman. Well, the complaint begins. Defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs had been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. So that seems to suggest that Sean Carter, Jay-Z, was not only present or participated in this alleged, what is essentially a crime, but for other instances. And that's really interesting. That's why I bring up this idea of, could he be hit with more lawsuits if you take these allegations as true? Now, the complaint goes on to say, Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events, events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person, other than Combs' mother, who is allowed to call him by his legal first name of Sean. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after-party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. I should also say that Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay-Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads, Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, the one that I mentioned before, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiffs' lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetuated by.
Even now, people speaking out against Jay-Z are reportedly being warned to stop. Big Homie CC has allegedly warned Jaguar Wright about the potential consequences of upsetting Jay-Z. There are claims that Jay-Z is not afraid to get his hands dirty and, if pushed too far, is willing to go as far as murdering people to silence them.
Brody writing for Al Green.
Take me through them not wanting to let her in the club.
She showed up to a place. Some of the people in there was loyal to some of the people she was speaking out about. They wouldn't let her in. And she wasn't going for that. She started setting it up. She started bugging up on the gas. They had to call the police on old girl. Oh, bro. Jaguar Wright get wild, bro. And if something happened to her, I just want to tell Jaguar Wright, be careful. She just went on Piers Morgan. Beyonce and Jay-Z sent Piers Morgan a cease and desist. Made Piers Morgan publicly apologize. Today, it's about to get dangerous for a lot of people. So if you out here doing what you're doing, because y'all not me. So you better be on your P's and Q's. It's about to get ugly. This is when people start to turn up dead right now. Keep that in mind.
Jaguar Wright has spoken out about the new lawsuit, claiming that the 3 victims she knows have been encouraged by it and are now planning to file lawsuits as well. She called Jay-Z a monster, stating that it's only a matter of time before he is exposed like Diddy. Jaguar had predicted this would happen when she appeared on The Morgan Show, but at the time, no one believed her. Now, she says, everything she warned about is proving to be true.
Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce Celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... She's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows.
Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, has also spoken out, stating that Jay-Z is just as bad as Diddy, if not worse. Deal witnessed firsthand how close Jay-Z was to Diddy, and if he says Jay-Z was an accomplice, it adds significant weight to the claim. According to Deal, there's no way Diddy could have run a sex trafficking ring on his own. He had accomplices, and Jay-Z was one of them.
Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough where he was trying to get Ja Rule to go after Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. One day, after Christmas, Diddy and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, like someone reached the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to I think I forget the shit he's doing, and him and Puff, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Over the years, I see him giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You can tell that the people in power that gave that ring to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact, it may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky thing, and Diddy is at one rambunctious, just out with it. It don't mean that they're not
allegations, right? Are you expected to eventually turn those things over, or?
Well, that's what we're going to head over to do now. So we have a hearing now to determine what we're going to do in terms of what documents we'll have to turn over, what documents we find.
So why were you in court today?
Just to give testimony to the grand jury. He was subpoenaed by the court, so as we all know, if you don't answer a subpoena, the marshals will come to your house as they came to his house and they bring you here. So that's why we're here.
I know you can't mention celebrities per se. You did mention some in the interview. So just to clarify, you can back that up with actual factual footage.
We have, it's things that we have, but we got to go to the other courthouse. So I don't know if that's any more questions, but we got another hearing.
Are you nervous, or do you feel?
I ain't no nervous. The only thing scared me is God.
So I know you did mention what was on the flash drive before. Would you be able to kind of go over that now, or is that something that you can't discuss?
No, we're trying to discuss that now. What we will be able to talk to in terms of what was available and what was on those flash drives.
Okay.
But it was the book.
So it is Kim Porter's book, but not necessarily some of the stuff with the celebs that were mentioned besides.
It's hers. Nobody touched it.
Oh, so it is her official book.
Yes.
And no one touched it.
Nobody altered it. Nothing.
So it's not the copy that the gentleman said that he was selling before. No.
No.
It's two different copies. That one was edited.
As more witnesses come forward, chilling allegations emerge, and ties between these two powerful figures are examined, the full extent of this story is starting to unravel. Questions remain, such as what really happened to Daveigh Chase. Will justice prevail, or will the influence of these celebrities once again bury the truth?